Are you ever stuck and feel like no matter how much you work on yourself, nothing changes? A new study from the HeartMath Institute shows why it's almost always impossible to change your thoughts. When you really understand what's going on inside you, you'll understand that you're not just breathing to stay alive. You are breathing to make your world real. That changes everything. This part might shock you. About 23,000 breaths are taken every day by most people without giving them a thought. We're in a hurry, thinking about the next due date, or we're awake at night remembering old arguments, or we're stuck in traffic, feeling that familiar annoyance. We never stop to think about why the outside world makes our inner turmoil look so much like it. We spend so much time trying to change our situations that we forget about the thing that makes them happen. When we deal with our problems out of fear or anger, we keep making the same painful patterns. This is what we do because we don't know that our breath literally sends our frequency or inner state to everyone 8 feet away. For a lot of people, affirmations and visualizations can feel like a job. But there is a quantum principle that changes everything. You can stop fighting your life once you realize that every breath creates an electromagnetic field that either builds or destroys the life of your dreams. From the inside out, you can start to change your reality. In just 4 easy steps, I will show you how to use sacred breath to change from someone who is always reacting to life to someone who is consciously creating it. In addition, I'll share the quantum pause technique, which is a tool that can make this shift happen automatically in 0.3 seconds. You are about to become the strong, calm center of your reality instead of being swept away by it. Every breath you take without realizing it is a chance you lost to change your world. Every day, most people miss 23,000 of these chances. Take a deep breath and click the subscribe button before we start this journey together. Don't just see this as a click. See it as a promise to stay in touch with this stream of awareness. When you subscribe, you make a space for your own transformation to happen that will last long after this video is over. As you do that, think about sending this message to other people. When you share this, you send a signal or ripple into the quantum field that calls in other people who are ready to join you in awakening to their creative power. You didn't know your way around this world when you first got here. You took a breath. The first thing you did wasn't a thought or a word. It was a pure, deep breath in. Your spirit came into this world not because of how smart your mind is, but because of the deep, simple rhythm of your breath. Your first breath was the link between the spirit you are and the person you are becoming. This is something many of us have forgotten. We began to breathe like machines instead of the holy, living beings we are somewhere along the way. Our first breaths were not from our souls, but out of necessity. Now just stop for a second and count your breaths. Where in your body does the breath come from? If you're like most people, it's likely high up in your chest and shallow and quick. So this is what I mean by mechanical breathing. If you breathe like that, your body will stay alive, but your spirit will feel hungry and unheard. People who lived in the past and kept traditions knew something that our busy modern world has forgotten. People from all over the world, from the Sanskrit word prana to the Hebrew word ruach, knew that breath was more than just a biological process. They knew it was the holy thread that linked the visible and invisible worlds, the real and the quantum, and people and God. Conscious breathing wasn't just a workout in these traditions. It was a way to get to other things. The ancient Egyptians believed that each breath could open up different parts of our consciousness. They learned that by changing the way they breathed, they could change not only how they felt inside, but also the very fabric of reality. They were not using metaphors. They knew that being aware of your breath is more than just moving air around. You are moving energy all over the world. Take a look. Each feeling you've ever had is linked to a different way of breathing. Your breath gets quick and shallow when you're stressed. If you're calm, it will naturally get deep and slow. Your breath doesn't just show what's going on inside you, it makes it happen. Sacred breathing is different from mechanical breathing because you are aware of it. When you breathe mechanically, it happens to you. Sacred breathing is a dance between your inner world and the quantum field around you. It happens through you and with you as a joyful partner. Something magical starts to happen when you start to breathe with intention, presence, and awe for this simple act. Once you stop being a passive observer of what life throws at you, you become an active artist who shapes your reality with every breath. As you get closer to this point, each conscious breath is holy because it does more than just keep you alive. It helps you stay in touch with your true self. If this hits you deep down, I want you to say it out loud. Say it out loud in the comments. I breathe with purpose. This shouldn't just be words. It should be a promise to yourself that you will turn this simple, life-giving act back into the holy ritual it was meant to be. You can escape the illusion you've been living in thanks to what I'm about to share. You think you're in charge of your thoughts, but you're actually locked up by them. Most of us think that our thoughts make us who we are. As soon as we wake up, we start to think, what's on the schedule today? I'm already late, oops. I hope what I said didn't make them mad. I need to look at my alerts. We think that this voice in our heads is who we are. What if I told you that voice isn't really you? I want you to do something easy right now. Take another look at your breath. Don't try to change it at all this time. Watch it. Feel the air coming in and filling your lungs. Then feel it slowly leaving your body. Something amazing is taking place as you do this. You are no longer just breathing. You are also becoming aware of your breath. Watch your breath now, and then pay attention to what your mind is doing. It could say something like, "This is weird. Am I doing this right?" Or "How much longer?" The beautiful truth is that you can't be those thoughts if you can hear them. You are the one who knows about them. This is the start of the observer, the part of you that exists outside of your noisy, never-ending thoughts. It's like being calm on the bank of a river. The water in your mind is your thoughts. The river is calm and gentle sometimes. Sometimes it's a strong current. But the real you is sitting on the bank and just watching everything go by. You're not the water. You are what makes you see the river. The sky and the clouds were often used as a metaphor in ancient times. Your thoughts are like clouds moving around in the big, empty sky of your mind. Thoughts of worry, fear, and doubt are like dark and stormy clouds. Some are big and bright, like thoughts of love, joy, and hope. But take note of this. Clouds never hurt the sky. No matter what the weather is like, it stays open, big, and the same. This observer consciousness is who you really are. This is the part of you that has been there since you were a child and will stay there until the end. Your whole life has been being watched over by a loving, silent presence. Your mind, that voice that talks all the time, wants you to think it's in charge. It tells you crazy stories about what other people think of you, who you are, and what you should do. It's always stressed out about the past or the future. But the observer only lives in this moment, in the now that will never end. This is where all of your power lies. As you become more like this quiet observer and less like the mind's chatter, things start to change. You need to stop reacting so much. You don't have to let every thought or feeling get to you. You can just notice them when they happen. Be kind to them, and then choose how you want to react. This is where your real freedom starts. Your breath holds you in place in this observer consciousness. When you focus on your breathing again, you are returning to who you really are. It's time to leave the chaos behind and enter the peace of pure awareness. That's not just a spiritual thought. That's quantum mechanics at work. We can see from the observer effect in quantum physics that just looking at something changes it. You can lovingly change and shape the world around you when you become a conscious observer of your inner world. If you know this to be true in your heart, hold on to it right now. I am the silence behind the noise, you should say in your comments. Writing these words down is a strong way to claim your true identity, which is not the voice in your head, but the calm, silent awareness that holds everything. Have you ever felt like time stopped or moved more slowly? Maybe it was when you were in a tough spot or looking into the eyes of someone you care about. In the 0.3 seconds between your breaths, there is a hidden window where you can change your reality. But almost no one knows it's there. It wasn't a coincidence that those times you just remembered when time seemed to drag on. They showed me what's possible when I let go of my thoughts and breathe in the space between my heartbeats and thoughts. In that quiet moment, you touched something that will last forever, something that is not affected by time. The quantum pause was found by you. Now take a deep breath with me. Just like the last time, pay close attention to the stillness in between the breaths. At the beginning of the inhale, there is a deep moment when everything stops. As you let out your breath, there is another pause right before you take the next breath. There are no blanks here. They lead to holy places. This secret was known by people who were initiated into ancient Egyptian mystery schools. People were taught to go into these small gaps with full awareness. They knew this to be the beginning of creation, a field of endless possibilities that is always there when there is silence. It wasn't just a breathing exercise. It was training for making things happen. Quantum physics is just now starting to show what the Egyptians already knew. Anything is possible in the space between states. It sounds like the space between notes in a lovely song. There would be no melody without that pause. There would only be noise. The sacred rhythm in your life is made by your breath. During this quantum pause, the usual comments you make in your mind start to fade. I should, I have to, I need stops being said all the time. And in that stillness, your best intentions can shine through. Not the strong desire that comes from your mind, but the calm, clear knowing that comes from your soul. In this space, your deepest wishes turn into instructions for the universe. This pause is like the womb where new things are made. Your hopes and dreams need this holy stillness to come true, just like a seed needs the dark and quiet ground to grow. Most people don't stop to think about these powerful times. They think a lot and breathe quickly, always moving on to the next thing. For those who can find comfort in the space between what was and what will be, however, they find that this is where all their true power lies. It's not about making something happen. Being fully present with your own natural rhythm is what it means. And when you're there, you're in the place where your intention meets the endless possibilities. You are not trying to run your life during the quantum pause. You are making it with it. This is a very important creation secret. Kindly like this video to help your cells understand this new information. Think of what you're doing as planting a seed of intention in the quantum pause, which will make it easier for you to create from stillness. But getting to this pause is only the first step. You are about to find something even deeper. You may not have paid attention to the signs your body has been sending you for years, and those messages you ignore are often what's stopping you from making your life what you want it to be. We can't get a deeper awakening by trying to think more deeply or looking for something outside of ourselves. You can find it by going inside yourself, leaving your mind behind, and entering the sacred landscape of your body. In the past, people built amazing temples to connect with God. You can do the same, but instead of stone, use your breath and awareness to build an inner temple. Think about the world's most important religious sites, like the pyramids, the cathedrals, and the old stone circles. These places were not just thrown together. Every part of the building was put there on purpose to channel and boost a sacred energy. Your body is the same. It's already a temple, but most of us haven't learned how to live in it consciously. The Egyptians had a deep understanding of this. They thought that the body was like a living map of the universe, with energy centers that showed different emotions. The breath was the key to all of these hidden areas, letting them see not only our divine nature, but also the memories, pains, and patterns that were stored in the body. You might feel some interesting things as you start to breathe more consciously. You may feel tight or numb in some parts of your body. You might feel like you have a lot on your shoulders from carrying other people's loads. When your heart learns to close off to avoid more pain, it may make your chest feel tight. You might feel full of worry about what's going to happen, or the words you were not allowed to say might make your throat feel tight. These aren't just random feelings in your body. It's like writing your life story in energy. Your body has been keeping a perfect record of your life. It stores the emotional energy of everything you've done in its cells. But here's the beautiful truth. Being aware of your breathing doesn't just show you where these blocks are. It also helps you gently get rid of them. Every conscious breath is like a wave of loving attention that cleans out your inner temple of old dust and debris, clears out any blocked pathways, and brings back the natural flow of life force that is meant to flow through you. Picture yourself taking a slow walk through the rooms of your inner temple with each breath. When you breathe into your heart, you go to the room where love and connection live. When you breathe in and out through your belly, you enter the room of your intuition and personal power. You are not only looking at these places with each breath, you are also cleansing, blessing, and taking them back as your own sacred ground. You shouldn't try to change or fix your body. You have to learn to fully live in it. Honor the amazing intelligence that has been guiding you the whole time, and gently clear the energetic patterns that have been stopping you from being your true, brilliant self. Some really cool things start to happen in the world around you once you honor and clean your inner temple. We can start the beautiful journey of getting back to yourself if you are ready. Please make a promise. Say it out loud in the comments. My body is a sacred temple. Honor the amazing wisdom it holds by doing this. This will also lovingly clear the way for your true self to shine through. Now, science has proven that the electromagnetic field you make with your heart and breath goes up to 8 feet away from your body. That means you have an effect on everyone and everything around you right now, even if you are not aware of it. What's amazing about the outside world isn't a magical belief. It's physics that can be measured. Recent studies from the HeartMath Institute have shown that your heart creates a very strong field that changes a lot depending on how you breathe and how you feel. Your field sends out the same busy, tense signal when you breathe in a stressful way. But when you calm down, breathe deeply, and make sense of your breath, your field becomes a source of harmony that other people can feel. Picture that the surface of your energy field is like a lake that is completely still. When you breathe when you're scared or anxious, It's like throwing rocks into the water. The rocks make waves that go all over the place. Our work to make you calm and peaceful has paid off. When you breathe from that place, you become like a beautiful mountain reflected in a lake, still, grounded, and deeply peaceful. When you walk into a room, have you ever felt calm or tense right away, even though no one told you anything? Did you ever notice how some people seem to bring peace wherever they go, while others seem to bring chaos? This is not something you made up. That's the breath field at work. The way we breathe sends out signals all the time about how we're feeling, and everyone around us can pick them up, even if they don't know it. Kids are especially interested in these areas. They haven't learned to ignore their gut feelings yet, so the energy we give off affects them right away. A child often acts fussy or anxious when a parent is feeling stressed. The child will often calm down with the parent, as if by magic, after the parent takes a few deep breaths and finds their center. Every single thing you do is affected by this field effect. Taking a moment to consciously breathe before a tough conversation does more than just calm you down. It creates an energetic space of safety where whatever needs to be said can fit. When you walk into work with your attention on your breath, you gently lift the mood, which makes it easier for everyone to be creative and work together. When you understand your breath field, you realize how deeply connected all of us are. You are not the only one trying to make your life better by yourself. There is a huge web of consciousness around you, and every conscious breath you take adds to the field of peace and possibility for everyone on Earth. That being said, you don't have to manage or control this. When you focus on taking care of your own inner temple, it happens on its own. The field responds to how real you are, not how well you perform. If you breathe from a real place of inner peace, that real feeling will easily spread to others. This is why wise people from long ago said that a truly enlightened person helps the world just by being. They knew that peace draws people together, and that one person breathing from their center can change the energy of a whole neighborhood. You have the power to send energy far and wide. You can choose what frequency to send out from your own heart's field by clicking the like button right now. Give your energy more coherence by doing this and add your light to the groups. Let's make a wave of peace together if you are ready to consciously add to the world's energy. Write in the comments, "I am a source of harmony." Feel the truth of these words as you write them. Know that every time you take a conscious breath, you are not only changing your own state, but you are also giving peace to everything and everyone around you. You've been on an amazing trip without getting up from your chair. Not across the land, but through the deepest parts of yourself, through silence, rhythm, and thought. The most important people in history learned a skill that most of us never learn: how to get unlimited power by being completely still. It's possible that the most powerful thing you can do is often nothing at all. This is something that everyone doesn't want you to know. Our culture values people who are always doing something. People tell us that putting in more effort will pay off, and they keep us busy by always pushing us to reach the next goal. There are, however, very different rules for the quantum field, which is the energy that responds to your soul. It doesn't matter how hard you push. The field only cares about how aligned you are. The only things that matter are your frequency and your state of being, not your 5-year plan. Stillness is the most powerful and logical state of all. The stillness of giving up is not the same as the stillness of a mountain. Take a moment to think about a mountain. Even though it is completely still, it has a lot of power. The thing doesn't fight the storm, it just lets it go over it. It doesn't go after the sun, it just takes it in. Even as things happen around it and the seasons change, it stays firmly in the present moment. This is the stillness that makes things move. As you learn to breathe into this mountain-like stillness inside you, things start to change in a way that helps you instead of hurting you. Chances that you could never have made happen start to show up. It always seems like the right people and tools show up at the right time. It becomes clear all of a sudden how to solve problems you've been having for months. It's not magic, it's just how things work. If you are in a state of coherent stillness, you are not sending out the chaotic energy of need or struggle. You instead send out the clear, magnetic frequency of trust and openness. When you feel clear, the field responds by setting up reality to match how you feel inside. Think about a hurricane's eye. Everything around it is a mess and in pieces. But right in the middle, there is complete peace and quiet. The whole huge storm system is organized around that still center. You can develop this stillness inside you. It's the calm, strong center that keeps your whole life in order. It's very clear what the difference is between control and alignment when everything is quiet. Controlling something means trying to make it happen the way you want it to. Alignment means letting your inner peace bring harmony to the outside world. Controlling things is tiring because it means going against the flow of life. It's easy to align things when you work with them. There is no need to try to make things happen when you breathe consciously, rest in the quantum pause, or live in your inner temple. Things can happen because you let them. The universe's intelligence can express itself in your life through you as a clear channel. However, this doesn't mean you give up. Real stillness is very much alive and aware. The stillness of a skilled archer just before they fire their arrow, fully present, focused, and ready. When you're in this deep state of stillness, the things you do are much more powerful and effective because they come from alignment rather than effort. Now is the time to anchor this new way of being if you are ready to let go of the struggle and step into effortless alignment. Say it out loud in the comments. I let my reality fit with me. Believe in yourself, believe in the process, and believe that even when you're still, you have the power to change the world. You have explored the sacred power of your breath and learned that the 23,000 breaths you take every day are not just automatic processes, but also 23,000 chances to make something new. You have woken up the observer in you, the part of you that has always been there and watches your thoughts without judging them. You have found the sacred doorway where your intention becomes real in the quantum pause between breaths. You have learned that your body is a living temple by building your inner temple. You now know that your breath makes an energetic field around you, which means that you are always telling the world how you feel. Finally, you've touched on the deep truth that the most powerful thing is not doing something, but being still and letting reality organize itself around you. Things in the world will sometimes pull you away from this place of center. When your feelings get in the way of your thinking, you can't see straight. In those times, remember that your breath is always the fastest way home. You can return to the observer by taking 3 deep breaths. You can get back in touch with the field of possibility with just one quantum pause. Just one moment of silence can help you feel at peace again. This isn't a journey to be perfect. It's a journey of going back to the real you over and over again. Not only do you make your day a little better every time you remember to breathe with awareness, you change your whole reality from the quantum level up. You are becoming living proof that the real force that makes the universe work is consciousness, not chance. You have already received this transmission, and now you have the chance to make it stronger. Giving this video to other people is an act of energetic service. It helps spread peace and awareness around the world and connects you to a group of people who are also awakening at the same time. Share this light to be a beacon. Take this rhythm with you as you leave this space. Follow your breath. Be strong by being still. Be aware of your own loving self in every choice you make. Also, make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, so you can keep getting these energetic alignments. You promise yourself that you will keep showing up for your own growth. Don't lose touch with the frequency. Take deep breaths to make things, not just to stay alive, not to get away, but to be true to yourself. The breath makes the call. You're the door. Now is the time to step through.